So here we are at a site for the first time. We have quite a growth of smooth scouring rush. The scientific name of this plant is Equisetum laevigatum. There are actually 3 or 4 different varieties that are all native to the United States, but laevigatum is the one that I have. This weed creep under the ground, and you see how it's jointed. It breaks apart at these little joints, and then inside each of these little joints is about 6 more growth points. So if you pull this up and you leave this, there's 6 more points of growth inside there that'll send up 6 more little babies. Now here's the crazy thing. The roots are exactly the same as this, except they are black. So if you break the root, every little root segment will send up 6 more babies. That is why this weed is so difficult to eradicate. So we're going to learn how to do it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of commitment, but it can be done. It's in the Equisetaceae family, which is the horsetail family. That is in the division Pteridophyta, which is ferns and fern allies. It's not actually a rush, and it's not actually a fern. It's a fern ally in the same division as ferns, meaning it's related to fern. Common names include smooth scouring rush, snake grass, snake weed, Indian pipe, horse pipe, joint grass, jointed monkey grass, skeleton weed, and mare's tail. Both of those last ones are also common names for other weeds, so try not to get them too mixed up. Over here, I'm going to show you another weed. This is in the same family, same idea. This one's called horsetail weed. The family name is Equistaceae, but it's the same thing. It breaks apart into little pieces, and every single one of these has a whole bunch of new growth points. This one has 10 little segments coming off of there. Now, these are not stems that are going to make new lateral growth. They will start a new plant if you miss them. So I'll make sure to clean up all of this little mess that I just made. Horsetails in the genus Equisetum are easily recognized by their unique stems, which are hollow and jointed, usually stand erect, and have lengthwise ridges. Each piece has the potential to contain meristematic tissue, which means it may be able to grow a whole new plant or many whole new plants. In my anecdotal experience, every node can grow up to 6 new shoots. You wouldn't think of it as having leaves, but it does. The leaves are small and fused together into a collar-like sheath at each node or joint, and the tips of the leaves are free and scale-like. Horsetails are perennial and grow from rhizomes. The rhizomes usually grow a few inches underground, but can be several feet long and may branch several different times, creating an underground network of roots, which is really, really hard to eradicate. So here we go. Jackie is pulling up some weeds, some roots already. You can see the black root. That's the inside of the root. It's a really funky vascular system going on in there. If this were left in the soil, it would send up at least 6 more little babies. You don't really like this weed. The unique vascular system, lack of leaf surface area, and jointed stem structure renders most herbicides ineffective, so chemical control is usually not a reliable option. So basically what we have to do here is get under the root system and dig the whole thing up. We'll probably end up with trenches all over the place, and there's going to be a network of roots going in every different direction. So I want to start a few inches away from where one is coming up. I'm not going to worry about the mulch because it's going to be gone by the end of this anyway. So here's a root segment. They're actually really cool looking. They have these little, like, almost a pinwheel shaped vascular system, but they break apart just like the tops do. And inside are at least 6 little growth points. So it'll send up more. So if you miss, all it takes is one little piece like this.
There it goes again.
And there it goes again. Typically, they go about 6 to 8 inches down, but they can go much farther. Some stems will develop a cone-like growth called strobili, which is a spore-bearing reproductive structure. These plants reproduce two ways: asexually, by plant division or cloning, and by spore, which is their means of sexual reproduction. Gametophytes require a moist environment to survive, so the plants can only successfully reproduce sexually where there is enough moisture for the gametophytes to survive, but they can clone and spread by roots in most any climate. They are native to much of North America and are found pretty much everywhere except northern Canada and southern Mexico. Scouring rush roots underneath it. The goal with digging up the shrub is to get rid of these, as well as this volunteer tree that's in the middle of it. So what we've done is we go around the outside of the drip line and we dig a trench. And then after a while, we're just digging underneath to take the soil out. So now it's completely free. So you can grab the root ball, not the plant. Okay, so now we can see the root ball, and look at this. We can get the scouring rush root right out of here. We're basically going to take all the soil out so that we can see everything that's going on in here. This one. So with this, all we really need to do is cut these roots, because I don't think this is going to come back if we get the crown.
Is that common with most trees?
Yeah. As long as you get the crown of it above the root flare, like get it down below the root flare, it might send up a couple little suckers from its roots, but those are a lot easier to deal with as long as you get this big center out. I'm going to take up a few dead branches since I'm in here. Might as well.
Give her a haircut.
Yeah, give it a little bit of a tidy up a bit, and then we'll make sure that the hole is well sifted. The equisitums are considered a living fossil, since they are relics of the Devonian and Carboniferous periods about 325 million years ago. The plants we see today are much smaller than those early species, but other than that, they really haven't changed much. I like to say that they've got survival figured out. They have thrived for millennia, basically unevolved because they haven't had to. Okay, so we've got this pyrus back in. And most of the bed has been dug up and excavated. We still need to dig up this grass. We've been dividing the grass so that we'll put back a smaller section in, because what's happening here is the scouring rush, along with just other weed grasses, is growing through the root balls. So what I did was we dug up the grass that's over here and we pulled it apart so that we could find a couple good sections of grass root that is just the good grass that we want to keep. So we're going to put this back in. So we'll still have our nice big tall grass, but hopefully without the rush and weed grass in it.